This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're at True Custom. I am here with the owner, founder, Josh. You've been providing a customized paint service for people out there. You name it, if you can paint it, you guys get it done. 15 years you've been providing this service, but you've been doing airbrushing for a lot longer than that. Tell me, what got you involved in airbrushing art?
When I was a kid, I grew up in the hot rod, muscle car industry, going to car shows and doing model cars and things like that with my family. And when I was 8 years old, my dad said, "Hey kid, you need something to do," and handed me an airbrush and let me start playing with it. And from there, I just kept going, doing model cars and t-shirts and evolved it into always being an artist and drawing and sketching and doing things like that. I just evolved and always kept with the tool through high school, college, and to now. About 30 years of dabbling with an airbrush.
Was it in college when you realized, hey, I'm pretty good at this?
I took some art classes in college and did really well. I saw the motorcycle industry taking off and people paying for artwork on bikes. So I said, man, that's for me. Basically be an artist, which I am, and get paid for it doing something that people are in demand for. So I just took it on.
I mean, I know you've done a wide range here locally, but also regionally as well. What kind of clients are we talking about come through your doors here?
We definitely try to take care of our home-based clientele. That's your regular people in the world, working guys, blue collar, white collar, either way, anybody that just loves motorcycles. Own a bike, ride a bike, come in, cars and trucks, things like that they do as well, but it's a pretty wide variety of people that come in. We do our local basis. We also service a lot of the shops in town, the Harley dealerships. We take care of some of their scratch and dent repair, and they in turn take care of us and send clientele to us. So we deal with our local businesses, our local clientele base, and then on a regional level, we handle a lot of the Rocky Mountain region from Montana to New Mexico. I have clients that call us from all over that part of the world. They do some stuff right now. We're working with Dirico Motorcycles out of New Hampshire. We're doing a 5-bike run for them. There's a military special operations command set. Each division, we're doing a custom bike just for those divisions. We also have worked with Clockworks, a few other major companies in the industry. We service all over the country right now and looking to serve the world.
What's nice about you guys, you're able to take them from prototype to finish. I mean, when you sit down and do this consultation, walk me through that.
I call it True Custom because we create a true piece of art for the client. It's not just, here's something, pick it, that's what we're going to do, a menu. I like to, one, sit down with the client. Hi, how are you doing? What's your name? What kind of bike do you ride? What kind of ideas do you have? Sometimes people come to me with something they really want, and sometimes they come to me with, I just kind of want to do something cool. So I have a certain amount of questions I'll ask them, what color, what feel.
The design process, let's say a guy walks in, he doesn't have any idea what he wants at all. Will you walk him through that as well?
Absolutely. I'll suggest someone goes maybe to our website and looks around and see if there's anything they like. Again, back to those few questions I'll ask. What kind of impact do you want that to have? Do you want it to be subtle, cool? Do you want it to be loud? Very bright and crazy looking, and I'll start to feel out a person's personality, and that's when I get to know them and pull ideas and who they are and actually turn that into the design for the bike. And then I'll say, well, can I get a picture of your bike? I can take a picture of their motorcycle, use Photoshop, go in and do the design on their bike so we can see it before they do anything. We can do refinements to the design. They can see the design when it's done and say, yeah, Josh, I love it, or change that a little bit. And then once that's done, this is huge, is that they can see it and we know how much it's going to cost and how long it's going to take. So it's a real good way, I think, of selling our service and taking away any doubts or fears that a customer would have about what we do.
Wonderful. So we're talking about the visual design process. You're utilizing technology to the fullest before they even bring the bike in.
90% at least. Usually the design is really close and better when we finish the product. So the client gets to see it. That's a big point.
All of your stuff here has some serious visual impact. It's got to be something when you actually hand this over to the client, the customer. It's got to be one of the favorite points for you.
I love to do everything I do, anywhere from the airbrush aspect to the paint aspect, taking bikes apart and putting it back together. But for me, job satisfaction is having somebody come in and the anticipation they have and the idea and the build up, and they come in, they just turn into a kid at Christmas time and just, they just love it.
Obviously that moment's great. When is it for you? Is it a few years later when you look back at a piece and go, dang, that was something, that was cool?
Yeah, that happens quite often. I'll see a piece out in the world. We've got a piece in right now that I did 5 or 6 years ago, and it showed back up for some repairs, and I looked at it and I was just like, wow, that was a cool piece, man. I can't believe I did that, and that was years ago. We're doing stuff that's even better now.
I was going to ask you a little bit about your fiberglass department. What do you guys do there? What is the composite? What is that all about?
Something kind of new. We've been doing it for about a year and a half now. I've always had a lot of creative ideas for the motorcycle industry, whether it's a front fairing or saddlebags or something along those lines. I had some guys come to work for me that had those skills. With my sculptural and visual ideating, I said, hey, let's try to build this. So they said, okay, great. And we just started building stuff. We've evolved right now. We have a line of fiberglass composite products. So we're selling saddlebags, a couple different versions, a stretched version, a widened stretched version for more capacity, custom rear fender covers that have lights integrated in them, the Harley logo and strip lights. I'm doing a corporate logo for a gentleman in town for his taillight, tank covers and side panel extensions so the bike will look long and lean and flow, a custom front fairing that I've been developing for a few years that has a completely new look to a piece that Harley's been producing for 50 years. I had some guys come to me that are big players in the industry and look at it and go, Josh, that's awesome. It's good to see someone taking something and changing it for the better. And that's been my idea with that. So the composite thing is a really cool thing. It helps me also have a product to sell instead of just my service, which is a nice upgrade to the overall business.
What about a metal fabricator as well?
I work with a gentleman named Bill Wilhelm, and he had a company in town that was doing really well, and he just kind of narrowed down, but I send a lot of my high-end stuff I need done. If it needs TIG welded, aluminum fabrication, machine shop work like that, I'll sit down with the client, we'll figure out what we need, then I'll communicate with Bill and he will go through and build that for me. We're taking anything from mild and simple if someone wanted it to be more comfortable to wild and crazy. Again, custom for the client. Satisfy the client's individuality to their idea, what they want for something for them. We have bikes that right now we're doing custom front wheels on, seats, handlebars. We just basically take anything and customize it. That's the goal.
And you actually even have a service of assembly and disassembly of those things.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. We have a department in the back, the mechanical department, where if a client comes and wants to do a job, we'll design the job idea, get everything scheduled together. We'll come to their house, pick up their bike, bring it back to the shop, disassemble it, do whatever customization, paint, parts, put it all back together, deliver it back to the client. So it just takes any stress and worry out of their needs.
Very cool. Like I say, once again, it's a visual image. It's really an impact when you see this kind of thing. What about for somebody out there that wants to do it on an automobile? They don't want it permanent. They want it temporary. Do you also do vinyl type of looks for them?
Yeah, we do vinyl wrap. We've served a lot the food truck industry and businesses, helping them get their vehicle to have marketing. A vehicle that you drive every day is thousands of people, especially in Denver here. So we'll work with the client to do that, where it's not a permanent change. If they're in a leased vehicle, they can bring it to us. We'll design a project, get it all taken care of, printed, and wrap it for them so they have advertising on the road, a mobile billboard.
What about training for other individuals?
We're developing a training program. I have another artist that works with me, Terry Stevens, Kiwi Terry he goes by. Great guy, great artist, and he has a lot of training in teaching. And I've always been teaching in my life. I've had plenty of people come in and learn a lot from me. So we're also integrating that into the company, where we will offer airbrush classes on 3 different levels: novice, intermediate, and advanced, and then custom paint classes. He will be back in town with us this month, and we're going to start getting everything integrated and offering classes for people to come and learn how to do it. We've evolved this craft so much, and it's a great thing to teach people. And we meet a lot of young guys, young girls, people who are interested in it, and we're more than happy to let them take it and go with it. I haven't lost my passion for it, but it's just cool seeing young people have that juice and ready to go and just eager to learn and pick up all the new traits. And that's exactly like you said, it's returning it back to the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks, once again, that website, it's the bottom of the screen right there. Their contact information is there as well. You're going to see so many choice cuts there that these guys have done. They've got images galore. They've got a little bit of everything they put together there for you. They can help you with the design. You get to take a look at it through technology, check it out before it even hits the bike. When he hands that over to you, you're going to be thrilled because he's done everything from The Godfather to anything in between, right?
Yeah.
I've seen Jack Nicholson. I've seen some stuff you guys did was amazing.
Yeah, we got good old Einstein hanging out right here. That was a fun piece. But yeah, anything from portraiture to traditional type stuff, far out, Skulls and Flames, which is the bike industry as a whole. But yeah, and any kind of vehicle too. I've got a Jeep we're doing right now. cars and trucks and bikes, and I've painted golf clubs and computers. It's the fun of it is that we can take what we do and apply it to just about any surface that paint will stick to. And it's, it's having fun. The golf club was for a guy that loved the Philadelphia Flyers, so we made him a golf club. And KitchenAid mixer, sits on there and it's all flamed out. Something for unique individuals, unique pieces. That's true custom.
And if you want a kick-ass toolbox, same thing.
Yeah. Come on down. We'll paint out a toolbox. Yep.
You got it. This is Gary Atensi with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.